Hi everyone, in this video we'll solve the actual questions which came in the year of CAT 2021 from slot 1. We'll see all the questions and its detailed solution also. At the same time, people and students who are looking forward for CAT online coaching can see and visit the MBAP Education main website to see the details of all the CAT online and the self-paced courses which is going to help you out to crack in the upcoming year. You guys can actually see and attend one of the trial sessions which will be taken by the top IM faculties on the given numbers which you can see on the screen as well as on the website. Try to get in touch with all the counselors and the faculties who will help you out to choose the right course and to choose the right mentorship program. At the same time, please do subscribe to the given channel and see the Instagram handle of MBA Pathshala to see all and get all the updates of your exams and the colleges which you guys are looking forward to join in the upcoming year. The student dashboard has full of learning content right in the form of e-learning courses, of live lectures as well as pre-recorded sessions so that you guys can take the help for cracking the CAT exam. On this note, let's see the first question which you can see on the screen. If you read the question says f of x is equal to x square plus 2x minus 15 divided by x square minus 7x minus 18 is negative if and only if when is this going to be negative. So you have to find a range of x, for which f of x will become negative. Now the numerator of this expression is x square plus 2x minus 15 and the denominator is x square minus 7x minus 18. Let's try to find out the roots of this equation. So the numerator will have the roots of what? The expression will become x plus 5 and x minus 3 and the denominator will become x minus 9 into x plus 2. So the roots of the given numerator will become what? This is going to become minus 5 and plus 3 and the denominator will become, it's going to become plus 9 and it's going to become plus 2. Now let's try to plot these roots, I repeat, let's try to plot these roots on a number line. Now if you try to plot these roots on the number line, let's plot these numbers. Obviously the lowest number will be minus 5 followed by minus 2, 0 somewhere in between, you'll have plus 3 and you'll have plus 9. Now all what we will do is, we'll see the range of values by checking any of the numbers, on the given range, minus 5 to minus 2, 2 to plus 3 and then 3 to 9 and 9 beyond. Certainly, if I check any number which is more than 9, and try to put it here, all the values of x plus 5, x minus 3, x minus 9 and x plus 2 will become positive and the whole expression or the function will become positive. So 9 beyond on this number line will become positive. If you choose anything between 3 to 9, let's say if you put 4, obviously the numerator will become positive but the denominator will be 4 minus 9 which is minus 5, so this will be negative. So certainly if you go with this range, you'll find 9 beyond on the number line will be positive, 3 to 9 will be negative, anything in the range of minus 2 to plus 3 will again become positive and minus 5 to plus 2 will again become negative and this will also be positive. Now the question is, where do you see the function becoming negative? I see one of the ranges between minus 5 and minus 2 and the second range is between 3 to 9. So which option will you mark? Among all the options that we have got, we'll mark option number A to be the correct and the concise range in which the function will become negative. I hope you have understood it well. Let's look at the next question. The next question says, the number of integers n that satisfies the inequality mod of n minus 60 is less than mod of n minus 100 is less than mod of n minus 20. Now certainly n minus 60, n minus 100 and n minus 20 are the distance between the value of n. Let's say if it is 40, so the difference of 50, 60 and 40 will become 20 and the mod of n minus 60 will become how much? Will become 20. Likewise, it is the distance of n to 60, distance of n to 100 and distance of n to 20. Let's try to fit the first range. Let's look at this part. The mod of n minus 60 is less than mod of n minus 100. Let's try to plot these values on this number line and let's see the values that we can get or the range of values that we can see here. Let's put 60 here and let's put 100 here and let's put 100 here. And this n could be anywhere. Let's say if n is on 80, I repeat, let's say if n is on 80, certainly it's going to be equidistant from 60 to 80 and equidistant from 80 to 100. Now all what you need to see is, would the value of n, would the value be of n be more than 80 or less than 80? Certainly if it is less than 80, I repeat, certainly if it is less than 80, let's say 70, difference of 60 to 70 is 10 and 70 to 100 would be 30. So any value, I repeat, any value which is less than 80 will satisfy this condition, where mod of n minus 60 will be less than mod of n minus 100. Now let's look at the next part, where we have to check mod of n minus 100 is less than mod of n minus 20. Let's try to plot these values. Let's put 20 somewhere here and let's put 100 somewhere here. Okay. Now what is the equidistant point? The equidistant point here would be 60. 60 to 20 is 40, 60 to 100 is also 40. So it's equidistant. All what I need to check is, would the value of n be more than 60 or it's going to be less than 60? If I put the value of n to be as 70, which is more than 60, then 70 to 100, the difference is 30, and 20 to 70, the difference is 50, which is actually satisfying the condition also. So I got the range of n in this case to be as more than 60. Satisfying all the given conditions that we have got in this question, I found the range of n, I found the range to be of n to be more than 60 and to be less than 80. Just see how many values are there in this series of numbers between 60 to 80. Certainly you will see 90 numbers satisfying this condition. So you will mark option number D to be the final answer for this question. Let's read the next question. The question says the identical chocolate pieces are sold in boxes of two sizes. One is small and second is large. The large box is sold for twice the price of the small box. If the selling price per gram of the chocolate in the large box is 12% less than that in the small box, then the percentage by which the weight of the chocolate in the large box exceeds to that of the smaller box by how much? So let's see the parameters what they have given you. So how many the different boxes are basically, one is small and one is large. On one side they are discussing about the price. If I assume the price of smaller to be as x, certainly the large box will be 2x. The larger box will be 2x. Now that is the question that we have to find out, is the difference in the weight of these boxes. Difference in the weight of these boxes. If I assume the smaller box to be as 100, I need to find the relation between 100 and the large box weight. Let me assume it to be y. This could be more than 100, less than 100 or equivalent to 100. What they have also given you is read the question well. It says the selling price per gram. This price per gram relation is also being given to me. The difference is basically 12%. So price per gram out here for the smaller box will be equivalent to x upon 100, and for the large box will be how much? Will be 2x upon y. And 2x upon y is 12% less than x upon 100. So x upon 100 into 0.88 should become 2x upon y. This is the only part of expression that we need to actually solve. Certainly x and x will get cancelled and the value of y will become 200 upon 0.88, which will also become 200 into 100 divided by 88. If you try to solve this, the nearest answer of y that you will get would be around 227 point something. Yes. So the value of y in terms of weight I got as 227. The value of x, or let's say the weight in smaller box, is 100. So the difference in percentage will be how much? The difference in percentage will be somewhere close to 127%. So that's my answer, which is option number 1 for the given question. Okay, now let's see the next question, which is on the topic of logs. The question says, if 5 minus log to the base 10 and root of 1 plus x plus 4 log root of 1 minus x is equal to log of 1 upon 1 minus x square, then find the value of 100x. Now certainly, let's try to solve this equation from the right hand side. Because on the right hand side I can see somewhat in the form of a square minus b square, which is 1 minus x square. So the right hand side expression will become log to the base 10 1 upon root of 1 minus x into 1 upon root of 1 plus x. Now we know log of a into b is nothing but log of a plus b, log a plus log b. Now taking the reciprocal, it's going to become minus log to the base 10 root of 1 minus x minus log of root of 1 plus x. Now let's try to copy paste whatever we have got on the left hand side. It's as simple as 5 minus log to the base 10 root of 1 plus x plus 4 times log to the base 10 root of 1 minus x. Now comparing right hand side versus left hand side, which value will get cancelled? I can see log to the base 10 1 plus x will get cancelled. So, and obviously 4 times log of 1 minus x taking on this side will become what? Towards the end it's going to look like something like this. 5 is equal to minus 5 times log to the base 10 root of 1 minus x. 5 will get cancelled, so what do I get here? I get something like log to the base 10 root of 1 minus x is equal to minus 1. Removing the log will make the overall expression to be as good as root of 1 minus x to be equal to 1 upon 10, or possibly 1 minus x will be equal to 1 upon 100, which is squaring on both the sides. If that is the case, what is x? X will be equal to 99 upon 100. Now this is the value of x. The question asks you to find the value of 100x. The value of 100x will be equal to how much? Will be equal to as simple as 99, and hence the answer for this question would be as good as 99. Let's look at the next question now. The question says a basket of 2 apples, 4 oranges and 6 mangoes cost the same as basket of 1 apple, 4 oranges and 8 mangoes, or a basket of 8 oranges and 7 mangoes. Then the number of mangoes in the basket of mangoes that has the same cost as the other basket. So you've got 3 baskets, 2 apple, 4 oranges and 6 mangoes in one, likewise few in others and few in the third one. But towards the end you want to convert everything in the form of mangoes. So you want to find the equivalent of apples to mangoes, equivalent of oranges to mangoes in the other boxes also. Let's first try to make this equation. On one side they are saying 2 apples plus 4 oranges and 6 mangoes to be as good as the cost of 1 apple plus 4 oranges and 8 mangoes to be as good as the cost of 8 oranges and 7 mangoes. Now let's try to find a relation between apple and mangoes here. Suddenly if you look at equation number 1 and equation number 2, 4o will get cancelled. So 2a plus 6m is equal to 1a plus 8m. You will get a, or apple, to be as good as 2 mangoes. And let's try to put apple is equal to 2 mangoes in equation number 2. This is going to become how much? This is going to become 2 mangoes plus 4 oranges plus 8m to be as good as 8 oranges plus 7 mangoes. So I get 8 plus 2, 10 mangoes plus 4 oranges to be as good as 8 oranges plus 7 mangoes. So 7 minus 10 will become 3 and 8 minus 4 will become simply 4. What do I get here? In the end I get something like oranges, or O, to be equivalent to 3/4 of the mangoes. So I am able to convert apple to mangoes, I am able to convert orange also to mangoes. Now let's try to put any of this in the given expression. What do I have got? I have got 2 apples plus 4 oranges plus 6 mangoes. Try to put the values here. A is equal to 2m, so 2 times 2 will become 4 mangoes. 4 times 3/4 of m, 4 into 3/4 will become 3 mangoes, plus I have got 6 mangoes already here. So 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 3 will become 13 mangoes. So the overall cost of basket 1, basket 2, basket 3 should be as good as a basket which contains 13 mangoes, and hence I am going to mark option number B to be the final answer for this question. Let's take the next question. Read the question well. It's a very easy question what they have asked you. The question says, if the area of a regular hexagon is equal to the area of an equilateral triangle of side is equal to 12 centimeter, then the length in centimeter of each of the hexagon, each side of the hexagon, the length we have to find out. What has been given to you? The overall area of this hexagon is equal to the area of this triangle. So one, if at all you know the formula for finding the area of the hexagon and equilateral triangle, it's going to be quite easy for you to find out the answer. The area of the hexagon will be given by 6 times root 3 by 4 into a square, which basically should be equal to the area of this triangle, which is root 3 upon 4 into a square. What is a? A basically is nothing but 12. So root 3 upon 4 into 12 square. If you possibly equate them, the only thing that we need to find out is to check the value of a, which is on the LHS. And I'm sure all of you would be able to solve the answer for this question. Or else, we also know that there are 6 equilateral triangles. I repeat, there will be 6 equilateral triangles which can be formed in this hexagon. Now area of this small equilateral triangle will be equal to the area of this big triangle which is on the right side. So area of each triangle in this hexagon will basically be 1/6 of the area of the bigger triangle on the right hand side. So you know the area of a small equilateral triangle will basically be 1/6 of the area of the bigger triangle which is on the right hand side. Now we also know one thing, the relation between the one-dimensional length, or let's say one-dimensional unit, versus the ratio of two-dimensional unit, which is area. If the ratio of length, let's say the triangles or the figures are similar, then if one-dimensional length of the of 2 units is in the ratio of a is to b, then the ratio of the area will be given by a square is to b square. Now the ratio of this small triangle is 1/6 to that of the big triangle. So the ratio of small versus big is basically 1/6. So the ratio of length of the small triangle versus the bigger triangle should be 1 upon root 6, which means this particular length will basically be 1/6, will basically be 1 upon root 6 of the length of the bigger triangle, and hence the answer for this question will be 1 upon root 6 into 12. What is 1 upon root 6 into 12? This basically will be 6 into 2 upon root 6, or 2 times root 6, and hence the answer for this question will be option number C, which is of 2 root 6. Quite an easy question. Either you can solve the question by using the formula of equating the area of hexagon versus area of a triangle, or you know a is to b is the ratio of length, then a square is to b square will be the ratio of area. The ratio of area is 1/6. It's been given to you because there are 6 times the equilateral triangle which are small in size, which can be formed in that hexagon. So 1/6 will relate to 1 by root 6, the ratio of length. So ratio of bigger triangle, equilateral triangle, is 12. So the hexagon will be 1 upon root 6 into 12, and hence the answer for this question will be 2 root 6. Let's take the next question. The question says, onion is sold for 5 consecutive months at the rate of rupees 10, 20, 25, 25 and 50 rupees respectively over the period of 5 months. A family spends a fixed amount of money on the onion for each of the first 3 months, and then spends half of the amount on the onion for the next 2 consecutive months. The average expense for onion in rupees per kg for the family over the 5 months is closest to what? For the 5 months, we have to find out the average expense per kg. Let's see how shall we solve this question. Now, let's assume for the brief period for the first 3 consecutive months, I am spending 100 rupees in each of the 3 months. For the 4th and the 5th month, it is being told to me I am spending half of the amount. So let me spend 50 and 50 here. In each of the month, I repeat, in each of the month, the prices of onion per kg has been given to me, which is basically 10 rupees per kg, 20 rupees per kg, 25, 25 and 50. And the question is about finding the average expense on onion per rupees per kg, for which I need to find the total value which I have spent. My total value which I have spent is 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 50, 50, which is 400. Now let's actually find out the amount of kgs of onion which I have purchased per month. In the first month, that is 100 upon 10, which is 10. Next month will be 100 upon 20, which is 5. Next month will be 100 upon 25, which is 4. Next month will be 50 upon 25, which is 2. And the last month will basically be 1. Let's take the sum count of total amount of onions which I have purchased. 10 plus 5, 15, plus 4 is 19, plus 3 is 22. Now 22 kgs of onion has been purchased for 400 rupees. So my average expense will be 400 upon 22, which will be as same as 200 upon 11. 100 upon 11 is 9.09, multiplied by 2 will become roughly 18.18 rupees per kg. And the closest answer that you can mark for this question will be option number A for this question. Quite an easy question, I am sure all of you have solved it well also. Have a look at the next question. The question says, if r is constant such that mod of x square minus 4x minus 13 is equal to r has exactly 3 distinct real roots, then the question is find the value of r. So certainly if you open the mod, on one side x square minus 4x minus 13 should be equal to plus r, and on the second side x square minus 4x minus 13 should be equal to minus r. And the question is for what value of this r, which is on the right hand side, this equation will have 3 distinct real roots. Now let's first try to expand x square minus 4x minus 13 somewhere in the form of a perfect square. So let's make it x square minus 4x plus 4 minus 17. Let's assume this value to be as r. Now x square minus 4x plus 4 is nothing but x minus 2 the whole square minus 17 should be equal to r. If you open the mod, possibly x minus 2 the whole square minus 17 on one side will become r or positive r, and on the second side it will be x minus 2 the whole square minus 17 should be equal to minus r. So x minus 2 the whole square will become on one side r plus 17, on the second side it will become x minus 2 the whole square will be equal to minus r plus 17. Now the question is on what value of this r this equation will have 3 distinct roots. Now certainly on the right hand side you should get 2 roots, and versus the left hand side will get 1 root, or the left hand side will get 2 roots and the right hand side equation should get 1 root, because overall you need 3 distinct real roots only. So possibly on one side I want one of the root to be 0, on either side I want one of the root to become 0, then only you will be able to get 3 distinct real roots. Let's see how do you do that. Now this is going to be possible when x minus 2, this is going to be possible only if x minus 2 will become 0, and certainly if x minus 2 is becoming 0, x will become 2. So there's only one value of x which is coming up as the answer, as the root of this equation. When will you get x minus 2 be equal to 0? When certainly r will be 17. When certainly r will be 17. Now on one side you are getting one of the root here. Let's see on the left hand side equation how it's going to translate this to. This will be x minus 2 the whole square will be r, which is 17 plus 17, which is 17 plus 17, which is x square minus 4x plus 4 will be equal to 34, and certainly x square minus 4x minus 30 should become 0. Now if you open this or expand this expression to find the roots of this equation, you possibly should get 2 roots here and 1 root here, which is basically accommodating 3 roots which are real in nature for this answer, and this answer is applicable only and only if the value of r which you considered was 17, and hence you will mark option number C as the final answer for this question. I hope all of you have understood it well. Let's take the next question. The question says, Amal purchases some pens at rupees 8 each. So the cost price per pen has been given to me. To sell this, he hires an employee at a fixed wage or a fixed remuneration which he has to afford. He sells 100 of these pens, the first 100 of these pens, at 12 rupees each. If the remaining pens are sold at rupees 11 each, then he makes a net profit of 300. While if he sells the remaining pens at rupees 9 each, he makes a loss of 300. So when you sell it the remaining number of pens at 11, there's a profit of 300. If you sell the remaining number of pens at rupees 9, there's a loss of 300. The question is, what is the wage of the employee? Now what can lead you to the answer for finding the wage of this employee? You have on one side you can find out the total sales or the sales by first calculating what is the total number of pens which I have actually purchased and sold, and I can find out the cost price and the selling price also. Removing that with the wage of the employee can give me either the profit or the loss. So that's the way you can proceed to solve this question. Now, the important highlights I would love to mark here. It says, when you are selling the pens for ₹11 each, you are getting 300 rupees profit. When you are selling it for 9 rupees each, which is a loss of 2 rupees per pen for X number of pens, I am making a loss of 300. So from plus 300, I repeat, from plus 300, I am coming to minus 300. So my overall value is actually reducing by, my overall value will actually reduce by 600. My overall value will actually reduce by 600 if I reduce the price of each of the X by 2. So I can find out the number of pens which is sold above 100 is basically 300. I hope all of you have understood this. The number of pens which I've actually sold will basically be 100 plus 300, which is 400. Why? Because 300 is post the 100 calculation. Now that's the total number of pens which I found out. The question is, find the wage or the remuneration of this employee. Now let's take the total sales which I have got. The first 100 pens have been sold for ₹12 each. The next 300 pens have been sold for ₹11 each. I repeat, the next 300 has been sold for ₹11 each, right? This is accommodating overall 400 pens which I have actually sold. My cost price for 400 of these pens will basically be 8 into 400 minus the wage of this employee, which is my cost, which is also my cost, should give me a net profit of 300. Should give me a net profit of 300 is the question saying. So this value will become 1200, this value will become 3300, this is 3200 minus wage should be equal to 300. Now if you solve this, you want a question of, the question is about find a wage or W for this answer. The wage or the remuneration for this employee will come out to as 1000 as the final answer. Easy question which you have solved it really well in the examination. Let's take the next easy question. The question says, Anil invests some money at a fixed rate of interest compounded annually. If the interest occurred during the second year and the third year is 806.25 and 866.72 respectively, then the interest in the fourth year will be nearest equal to, what is the question? Now certainly this is the question which deals with the compound interest, which deals with the application of compounding. Each year or possibly year on year, the interest on interest will also be levied. I repeat, the interest on interest will also be levied. So certainly let's assume, so let's look at the change that we are looking at in terms of interest value. 806.25 is becoming 866.72. I repeat, 806.25 is becoming 866.72. If I assume 806.25 is my principal, next year principal and interest is adding up to 866.72. So my interest on interest is how much? This is 866.72 minus 806.25, which is 60.47 is the interest which I have gained on the already interest amount of 866.72, which I can also assume it to be my principal. Clear? Now this value is close to around 7.5%, which means 7.5 is the compound interest which will be levied year on year. So if in my second year the value is 806.25, in my third year my interest is 866.72, then in the fourth year will basically be 866.72 plus 7.5% more, which is 107.50% more, and this value will certainly add up to closely 931.5 or 0.6. The closest answer that you can mark for this question will be option number A for this question. Let's take the next question. The question says, read it well. The question says, the strength of an indigo solution, I repeat, The strength of an indigo solution in percentage is equal to the amount of indigo in grams per 100 cc of water. Two 800 cc bottles are filled with indigo solutions of strength 33% and 17% respectively. A part of the solution from the first bottle has been thrown away and is being replaced by equal volume of the solution from the second bottle. If the strength of the indigo in the first solution, which has now been changed to 21% of the overall volume in cc, then the solution left in the second bottle is how much? So certainly two bottle solutions have been mixed. In a inference, if I have to draw two bottle solutions which is having the percentage concentration of 33% and 17% have been mixed to come to an average of 21%. So there were two bottles of 800 cc. The volume on which they have been added to, I repeat, the volume on which they have the initial concentration was basically 33%, we can say, and in bottle 1, and the next bottle was basically 17%. And now they are saying the average of, after mixing both of them, equal some portion of B has been added to A, the average is now coming out to 21%. So this portion and this portion have been mixed of bottle 1 and bottle 2 of respectively 33 and 17% to come to a overall concentration of 21%. Now certainly in what ratio they have been mixed, the ratio in which they should have been mixed would be 4:12, which means 1 part is to 3 part. I repeat, 1 part is to 3 part of the first volume of the first bottle, which has a concentration of 33%, should be mixed with 3 parts of bottle 2, which has got 17% of the concentration, to come to an average of 21% 800 cc concentration that I have to make. For this new bottle, or let's say new mixture for which I have to find out the 800 cc concentration, 1 part of this value, which is bottle B, would be how much? Would be 200 cc of concentration to come from here, and then 3 part will come from bottle 2. 3 parts of bottle 2 will account for 600 cc to come from here. Now certainly if 600 cc is coming from bottle 2, the left over volume would be how much? The leftover volume should certainly be 200. And the answer for this question, the volume in cc in solution of the solution left in second bottle will be as simple as 200 cc, because certainly 200 cc has been taken from bottle 1, 600 cc has been taken from bottle 2. Now what is left? Certainly in bottle 1 600 cc is left, and in bottle 2 only 200 cc is left, and hence we are required to find the answer for bottle B. The answer will be as simple as 200 cc for the final answer. Moving on to the next question. Read the question well. The question says, Ammar, Akbar and Anthony are working on a project. Working together, the first two guys, Ammar and Akbar, can complete a project in 1 year, which is 12 months. Akbar and Anthony can complete a work in 16 months, and Anthony and Ammar can complete the same work in 2 years. The question says, if the person who is neither the fastest nor the slowest worker has to work alone, then the time in months he will take to complete the project is what? Now, let's assume Ammar is taking X, Ammar is X, Akbar is Y, and let's assume Anthony is Z. Now the question says, on first side it is being said Ammar and Akbar working together. So they are able to complete a work in 12 months. So in 1 month, both of them will be able to cover 1/12 of the whole work. Certainly, moving on, I can also see Akbar and Anthony, which is 1 upon Y, which is 1 upon Z, should be equal to 1 upon 16. And then towards the end, I've got 1 upon X plus 1 upon Z, which is Anthony and Ammar should be able to do work in 1 upon 24, or in one of the given month, in each month rather. Clear? So 1 by X is coming twice, 1 by Y is coming twice, 1 upon Z is coming twice. So certainly it is 2 times 1 upon X plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z is 3 upon 16. Why 3 upon 16? Which is the sum of 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 16 plus 1 upon 24. Now, certainly for each of the given month, the amount of work which all three of them will be working together would be contributing 3 upon 16 into 1 by 2, which certainly will be 3 upon 32. Will certainly be 3 upon 32. Now 3 upon 32 is the work, I repeat, 3 upon 32 is the work which will be done by three of them working together. Now what do I want? I want the work done by the fastest and the smallest, or let's say neither the fastest nor the slowest worker. Or possibly you can remove the value of 1 by x or 1 by y or 1 by z by eliminating from any one of them. You have the sum of each one of them. Possibly if you want the value of 1 by x would be 1 upon x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z minus 1 upon y upon 1 upon z, which is equation number 2. So 1 upon x will be 3 upon 32 minus 1 upon 16, which basically will be 1 upon 32. Similarly, 1 upon y will be 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z minus 1 upon x plus 1 upon z, which is 1 upon 24. So this value will be 3 upon 32 minus 1 upon 24. This value should come out to be as 5 upon 96. And lastly, 1 upon z will become 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z minus 1 upon x plus 1 upon y, which is 1 upon 12. So this value will become 3 by 16 minus 1 upon 12, which is again 1 upon 96. Now the question is, you want to linearly arrange them in the order of the efficiency of the work which these guys are doing. I want neither the fastest nor the slowest. So the middle value of 5 by 96, 1 by 96 and 1 upon 32 certainly will be 1 upon 32. Now 1 upon 32 is the work done by 1 by x in 1 month. So the total number of months which x will take will basically be 32 as the final answer. Let's have a look at the next question. The question says, the number of groups of 3 or more distinct members, I repeat, the number of groups of 3 or more distinct members that can be chosen out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that the group always includes 3 and 5, while 7 and 8 are never included together. So on one side, I have one constraint, I want 3 and 5 to be included, and the second side, I don't want 7 and 8 to be a part of it. Let's go reverse. Let's find out all those 3 and more distinct digit numbers which can be chosen out of the series of 8 numbers, where all the numbers possibly which we are looking at as 3 and 5 will be included. Let's freeze them first. Now, if 3 distinct, let's say 3 or more distinct numbers have to be found out of the given set of 8 numbers, out of which 3 and 5 has been freezed. 3 and 5 has been freezed down. Now I am left with how many numbers? I am left with a series of 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 and 8. I am left with either of these numbers which I can choose. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. There are 6 numbers which I can choose. I can choose at least one, or I can go to a maximum of all the 6 to be chosen together. Can I choose 0 out of it? No, because we want a minimum set of 3. 3 and 5 have already been chosen. Out of the remaining numbers, 6 numbers, I have to choose at least one. If you have n objects, in how many ways can you select one or more? I repeat, the question is, if you have n objects and if you have to select at least one, is basically given by 2 raised to n, which denotes number of ways of selecting 0 or more. 2 raised to n is nothing but number of ways in which you can select 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 1, because you do not want that instance where 0 has been selected, will give you the total number of instances where at least 1 to a maximum of 6 can be chosen out of the given number. So 2 raised to 6 will basically be 64. But this 64 also comprises of 0 selection. I have to remove that 0 selection case. So let me remove 1. So the total number of ways in which you can select 3, 5 and at least one of the remaining 6 numbers would be 63. But there's a catch. This will also include all those instances in which you have also taken care of selection of 7 and 8 together also. You don't want 7 and 8 to be included together. Now let's remove all those cases out of those 63. I repeat, let's remove all those cases out of those 63 which has a combination of 3, 5, 7 and 8. Now if you exclude 3, 5, 7, 8 which is being pre-selected, the numbers which are left will be 1, 2, 4 and 6. Basically the leftover number would be 1, 2, 4 and 6. Now from this 1, 2, 4, 6, even if I select 0, that can be an instance because I have already taken care of the prerequisite where 3 numbers have to be chosen. I am taking 4 numbers for my case, which is 3, 5, 7, 8. So from 1, 2, 4, 6, you have to select 0 or more. From 4 objects, if you have to select 0 and more, the number of ways in which you can select would be as simple as 2 raised to 4. Now 2 raised to 4 will basically be 16. What is 16 denoting? 16 basically is set of all the numbers in which 3, 5, 7 and 8 has been taken together, And what is the question? The question is you got to remove all those instances where 7 and 8 has been taken together also. So my remaining value or the leftover value will be the final answer, which is 63 minus 16, which should be equal to 47. And hence the answer for this question would be as simple as 47 finally. Let's take the next question. The question says, a circle of diameter 8 inches is being inscribed in a triangle ABC where angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees. If BC is equal to 10 inches, then the area of the triangle in square inches is equal to what? Easy question. Now what has been given to you? The radius of this circle inscribed in the triangle is basically 8 by will basically be 8 by 2, which is basically 4. So this will be 4, this will be 4, this will be 4 and this will be 4. Let's name this as ABC triangle. Length of BC has been given to you as 10. So if this is, let's say BT is 4, then TC will become 6. If this is 6, then let's assume this is Y, then CY should also become 6. If AX, or let's say A to X is basically X, then A to Y will also be X. So we are able to find out the length at least in terms of either 4 plus 6, 6 plus X or X plus 4. We also know ABC is a right angle triangle. Certainly in that case, X plus 4 the whole square plus 6 plus 4 10 square should ideally be X plus 6 the whole square. Now X plus 4 the whole square plus 10 square is equal to X plus 6 the whole square. Very well, you can find out that 24 square, which is 576 plus 10 square 100 should account for 676. So the value of X should ideally be 20. The value of X is basically 20. Now if the value of X is known, the area of a triangle will be given by half into base into height. Half is constant, base has been known to you, 6 plus 4 is 10 and height is 20 plus 4, which is 24. So this will be 12 tens are, the answer will be straightforward, 120 inches to be the final answer, square inches to be the final answer for this area of the triangle. Taking the next question, the question says, suppose the length of each side of a regular hexagon is 2 cm each. Let's term or name this as a hexagon which is A, B, C, D, E and F. Now the question says, if T is the midpoint of CD, let's assume this is my point T, then the question is find the length of AT. This is the length for which we have to find the answer of. Okay, let's assume this is my midpoint. AT is the length that I have to find out. Now AB is known to me as 2 and BC is also being known to me as 2 because each side is 2 cm. So CT will be 1 and DT will be 1 has been known to me. This is the only part which we know. But we also know the internal angle in a hexagon will basically be how much? The internal angle will be basically 120 degrees each. So let's see if you are able to somehow get the measurement of the length of AC. The length of AC. Now suddenly this is an isosceles triangle. So if AB is 2, BC is 2, applying the sine rule, you will be able to find out the value of AC. AC will be how much? AC will be 2 root 3. I repeat, AC will be 2 root 3. Now you are able to find out that there's an internal right angle triangle which is forming up. Let me term them as A, C and T. The length of CT I'm already figured out, which is basically 1. AC is basically 2 root 3, and the question is about find the length of AT. AT will be nothing but 2 root 3 the whole square plus 1 square, which is 4 into 3 plus 1, which is 12 plus 1, which is 13. The length of AT will basically be given by root of 13 as the final answer. Easy question, you have solved it well. Having a look at the next question. The question says, easy arithmetic question. Suppose hospital A admitted 21 less COVID infected patients than hospital B and eventually all recovered. The sum of recovery days for the patients in hospital A and B were 200 and 152 respectively. If the average recovery days for patient admitted in A was 3 more than the average recovery days in hospital B. What is average recovery day? Total number of days divided by total number of patients. Then the question is, the number of admissions happening in hospital A is what? Now if I assume number of admissions happening or COVID patients getting admitted in A is X, then the number of patients in B would be X plus 21. Will basically be X plus 21. Now it has also been given to me as the total number of hospitalization days or recovery days for A is basically 200 and for B is basically 152. So how will we find out the average recovery day for patient? It will be as simple as 200 upon X. On the other hand, you have got 152 upon X plus 21. And the difference of them will be basically 3. So it's such an easy question for which you need to find out the answer of 200 upon X minus 152 upon X plus 21 should be equal to 3. On solving this, you will find the value of X to be as 35. It's a quite easy question, and I'm sure all of you have solved the answer for this question really well in the exam also. Let's take the next question. The next question is a simple ratio proportion based question. It's not a time and work question. The question says, the amount Nita and Geeta earned together in a day is equal to what Sita will earn alone in 6 days. So let's frame this equation. Nita plus Geeta will be 6 times what Sita will earn in 1 day. Similarly, equation 2 will become the amount what Sita plus Nita will earn is twice the amount what Geeta will earn in 1 day. You want a ratio of N is to G is to S. By then you will be able to find out the minimum wage earner and the maximum wage earner, and you have to find the ratio of earnings of the maximum versus minimum. Using equation 2, you will understand that S possibly will be 2G minus N. S possibly is 2G minus N. So instead of S, let's put 2G minus N. The first equation will become N plus G to be equal to 12G minus 6N. Now 6 plus 1 will become 7N. 12 minus 1 will become 11G. So N by G will basically be 11 upon 7. Let's see if you can add the value of G. G is basically 7N upon 11. Putting out here, 2G will become 2 times 7 is 14. So S plus N will come out to be as 14N by 11. So S will be equal to 14N by 11 minus N, which will be 3 upon 11 N. So on one side I've got S upon N as 3 upon 11, and I've got N upon G as 11 by 7. So if you rewrite the value S is to N is to G, you will write the value as 3 is to 11 is to 7. Now the question is about find the ratio of the earnings of the maximum earner versus the minimum. So maximum is N, which is 11, and minimum is S, which is 3. And the answer for this question would be option number B, 11 is to 3 as the final answer. The next question is from AP, and possibly it's a series and sequence based question. The question says, the natural numbers are divided into groups. Group 1 is 1, group 2 is 2, 3, 4, next is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. So, and the question is find the sum of numbers in the 15th group. So there are two things which I have to find out. One, what are the number of terms in the 15th group? And second, what are the terms in the 15th group. But obviously they are all consecutive numbers, so taking the sum will be the sum of AP, for which we need to find out the answer of. If you look at, the first term has got one term, the second group has got 3 terms, the third group will have 5 terms, the next term will have 7 terms likewise, next group. So it's going ahead, so the group terms, number of terms per group is going ahead by 2. And we are looking at the 15th group. So from 15th group to the first group, there are 14 groups in between. Each group is going ahead by 2. So the number of terms in the 15th group will be 14 into 2, which is 28, plus the number of terms in the first group, which is 29. So the number of terms in the 15th group will basically be 29. Now the question is, find the terms in the group. The last term in the first group is basically 1. The last term in the second group is 4. The last term in the third group is 9. If you look at this pattern, 1, 4, 9 is basically sum, or let's say the square of that particular number, which is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, determining the group number. So the 15th group, the last number will be 15 square, which is 225. The number of numbers is basically 29, so it's going to be n by 2. How do you find the sum of terms of in an AP? It's given by n by 2, first term plus last term. Last term is 225 and there are 29 terms. I repeat, there are 29 terms. So the first term will become 197. So hence the final answer for this question will be as simple as 29 upon 2, 197 plus 225. If you solve this, you will get the final answer as 6119 to be the final answer for this question. Now let's take an easy question. Question number 19 of CAT 2021 slot. The question is from Time and Work. The question says Anu, Vinu and Manu can complete a work alone in 15 days, 12 days and 20 days respectively. Vinu works every day. Anu works only on the alternate days starting from first. So first, third, fifth, Anu and Vinu is working. Manu is working on the alternate days starting from second. So second, fourth, sixth, eighth, who's working? Vinu is working along with Manu. The question is, how many days will it take to complete the work? So what is the only, let's see the amount of work which possibly is happening on every odd day. First day, third day, fifth day. Who all are working? Vinu is working and Anu is working. Vinu is able to contribute 1 upon 12. Anu is able to contribute 1 upon 15. So 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 15 will become 9 upon 60 of the work happening on day 1. On the even number of days, let's take day 2. Who all are working? Vinu is working as 1 upon 12 and Manu is working as 1 upon 20. So 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 20 will become how much? Will become 8 upon 60. So let's take day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 likewise. Day 1 is 9 upon 60. Day 2 is 8 upon 60. A sum total of 17 upon 60. So in every 2 days 17 upon 60 of work is happening. Replicating it thrice, it's going to become 51 upon 60. So 3 into 2 is 6 days. Till 6th day, 51 upon 60 of the work will be done. And the work will be done when the total 100% of the work will be done. 7th day, who's working? Day 1, a combination of Vinu and Anu is working, contributing a total of 9 upon 60 of the work more. So 51 upon 60 plus 9 upon 60, adding up 60 upon 60, which is 100% of the work will be done at the end of 7th day. Easy question. The answer for this question will be 7th day, which is 60 upon 60. Next question. Read the question well. The question says, how many 3-digit numbers are greater than 100? Numbers are greater than 100 and increases by 198 when the 3 digits are reversed. So if you have a number ABC, the difference of CBA minus ABC should be 198 is the question what they are telling you. Let's take this number as ABC. So this value will be how much? This is 100A plus 10B plus 1C. If you reverse this, the numbers will become CBA and this will become 100C, 10B will remain same and 1A. And they are saying the difference of this, which is 100C plus 10B plus 1A minus 100A minus 10B minus C should be equal to 198. Should be equal to 198. So basically what's going to go? 10B will get cancelled. You basically will have 99 common. C minus A should be equal to 198. C minus A should be equal to 198. So basically C minus A you are getting towards the end as simply a difference of 2. The middle value B will be common. Now which all the values are more than 100, so possibly the first combination could be like this. First number 1 and the last number 3, the difference is 3 minus 1, 2. Next number will become 2 comma 4. Next is 3 comma 5. Next is 4 comma 6. Next is 5 comma 7. Next is 6 comma 8. And last will be 7 comma 9. Clear? So how many such combinations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 such combinations which are possible. The question is how many set of numbers are possible? For every middle number, how many combinations of numbers are possible? Any number from 0 to 9 can come. Any number between 0 to 9 can come in the middle value, which is the blank. So there's a series of 10 numbers which is possible for each combination. 10 here, 10 here, 10 rather for each of the given case that we have made. So a total of 10 into 7, 70 such numbers will be possible, where the difference of the last digit and the first digit will give you as 2, and on reversing the number you will get the difference as 198, and hence the answer for this question will be 10 into 7, which is 70 such cases. Have a look at the next easy question, which is on a topic of time, speed and distance. Read the question well. The question says, two trains cross each other in 14 seconds when running in the opposite direction along the parallel track. The faster one is moving at is able to cover 160 meter long and crosses a lamp post in 12 seconds. So the train which is faster is able to cross its own distance, which is its own length, which is 160 meter in 12 seconds. If the speed of the other train is 6 km per hour less, so this is on one side I'm getting in meter per second, second side the second train has been given to me in kilometer per hour. The question is, if the length of the other train is 6 km per hour less than the faster one, find the length of this. Clear? Let's start with finding the speed of the faster train. So it is able to cover a 160 meter of its own distance in 12 seconds, which will basically be 80 upon 6, which is 40 upon 3 meter per second. Now if the fast train is moving at a speed of 40 by 3 meter per second, the slower train will basically be 5 km or 6 km per hour less. 6 into 5 by 18 will become how much? 5 by 3 meter per second less. So this value will be 40 minus 5, 35 by 3 meter per second. So I've got the speed of both the trains. Now they are saying they are able to cross each other. They are able to cross each other in 14 seconds. Now when they are crossing each other, I repeat, when they are crossing each other, they are actually crossing their own length. They are actually crossing the overall length. The length of the faster train has been given to me as 160. Let's assume the next one is basically x. Let's assume the next one is basically x. So the relative speed will basically be the addition of, or we'll use simple concept, speed will be distance upon total time taken. This is my relative speed, which is total distance upon total time. My relative speed will be 40 plus 35 because they are moving in the opposite direction. 75 by 3, which is 25. So this 25 will basically be, just a second, yeah. This 25 will be total distance, which is 160 plus x divided by the overall time what they are taking is 14. What is the overall time that they are taking? The overall time that they are taking is basically 14. And if you solve this, you will get the straightforward answer, which is basically how much? The answer will be as simple as 190 meters. Clear? So you need to find the value of x. The value of x you will get as simple as 190. And the answer is 190, which is option number C for this simple question which has been asked you in the question. Let's solve the last question which came in this paper, CAT 2021 slot 1. It's a series and sequence based question. x0 has been given to you as 1, x1 has been given to you as 2. The next value x2 you have a logic xn plus 2 will be equal to 1 plus xn plus 1 divided by xn, and for all the consecutive values you have to find the value of x 2021. So unless you do not find the logic or the pattern between all the consecutive values of x, you will not be able to find out the answer. So x0 has been given to me, x1 has been given to me. Let's see if we can find out the value of x2. Now x2 will be x0 plus 2, which will be 1 plus x1 divided by x0. What is x1? x1 is being given to you as 2. So this will become 1 plus 2 divided by 1, which will be 3. Similarly, let's see if we can find the value of x3. x3 will be x1 plus 2, which will be 1 plus x2 this time divided by x1. This value will become x2 you got as 3. So 1 plus 3 divided by 2 will be 4 by 2, which is equal to 2. Let's go ahead. Let's find the value of x4. This is x of 2 plus 2, which will be 1 plus x3 divided by xn, which is x2. x3 is 2, so it's 1 plus 2. x2 you got as 3. 3 by 3 will give you 1. Let's move ahead. Find out the value of x5. This is x3 plus 2, which is 1 plus x4 divided by x3. Clear? x4 you got as 1, so this will be 1 plus 1. x3 you got as 2, and 2 by 2 will give you 1. So obviously you will find some more values of x6, 7 and 8. The only logic which you will be able to find out, let's see the first 5 terms: x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. x0 has been given to you as 1. x1 you got has been given to you as 2. x2 you found it to be as 3. x3 has come out to be as 2. x4 has come out to be as 1, and x5 has also come out to be as 1. Now if you solve this, you basically will see a series of first 5 terms, which is starting with x0 to x5. I repeat, starting with x0 to x4, there are 5 terms in the series, and it is a series of 1, 2, 3 to 1. x5 will also be 1. I repeat, x5 will again be 1. If x5 will be 1, the question ideally is simple. The question is, if x5 is equal to 1. I repeat, the question is if x5 is equal to 1, the question is what is x 2021? It's a simple logic based question. All what you need to do is find out the logical term. You will find x6 to be as 2, x7 will be 3, x8 will be 2, x9 will again be 1. So as said, the series is going on by 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 2021 will be as same as x1. What is the value of x1? If x1 is 1, I repeat, if x1 is 1, then x of 2021, x1 is 2, then to see x of 2021 will also be 2. And hence, the answer for this question will be option number D, which is simply 2. Easy question, you have solved all the questions well in this paper. Please do subscribe to the given channel, follow us on all the social platforms of Instagram as well as on YouTube to get all the important alerts and notification. You can also visit the MBAP Education main website to see all the courses which is being curated by top IIM faculties, or contact on the given numbers which you can see on the screen to schedule the free or demo or a trial class to experience a way of teaching for the CAT and the other management exams which you guys are aspiring for. Thank you.